Hello friends, Koolio here, and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we are checking out the official global launch for 100 Soul. Now this game has actually been available for I think about a year and a half in English over in the East, but the game has officially launched for both North America and Europe, and I've been having a lot of fun with this game. This is actually a game I've been looking forward to because I have played the other English releases for the game, but I've been waiting for the official global launch to actually jump in and make an account. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's video, want to see more videos like this, let me know by hitting the like button, smashing the subscribe button, and let me know down below your thoughts on today's game. So let's go ahead and actually just jump straight into the gameplay because the gameplay of this game I think is really good. It has kind of a weird combination of both autoplay and manual play that I think does a really good job. Now they call it easy play. Now usually in a lot of mobile MMOs and action games, autoplay kind of takes over a lot of your stuff. A lot of your grinding and going through some of the basic levels. You're basically turning on autoplay and then you don't really have to do anything. Your character does their basic attack, their movements, activates all of their abilities. However, in this game they call it easy play. All it does is it does auto pathing and auto basic attack, but everything else like dodging, your kick attack, your weapon ability, and your companion abilities have to be activated manually. And I honestly think it's a really good combination, specifically for a mobile game, to be able to have that sort of skill-based gameplay mixed with the auto gameplay. Because honestly, this is a pretty grindy game. There's a lot of mechanics between upgrading your companions, upgrading your weapons, everything like that you're going to be doing quite a lot of grinding. So I don't mind the auto gameplay in this one because there are a lot of challenging bosses and certain things that you have to do where you actually do have to manually activate your abilities such as dodging and your skill activations in order to overcome them. So we're going to go ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of my abilities and show you guys kind of what the gameplay overall looks like. Now we've got a boss right here. If I activate my companion ability, I can then do a couple of air combos, smash the enemy to the ground, dealing an insane amount of damage, and then finishing him off with my weapon skill. My dual blade weapon skill, which I love the dual blades. I think they look amazing. And there we go. So we just finished that stage. Now, one of the other things I think is a really cool thing that this game does, and I feel like a lot of mobile games have a problem with this, but it's how the camera functions. With this game, the camera itself actually does a really good job at kind of following the actions, along with the auto gameplay with it. It kind of makes combat look really impactful in this game, and I really like how they do the camera. Like a lot of other games, the camera just kind of sucks. This one, I think they do a really good job. However, there are a couple of stages when you're going up against really tall enemies where the camera kind of goes a little bit too low. But other than that, it's fantastic. Look at this. I'm not even doing anything. I'm not moving the camera at all. And it's following the action. It does a really good job. So let's go ahead. We're just going to jump into this and finish off this boss, or finish off this stage. Do a couple of kick combos, pick him up into the air, dual blades, smash the ground with my companion, grab him in the air. There's a lot of combo abilities in this game. Most of your damage that you're actually going to be doing against the enemy is going to be from the combos that you pull off. Your basic attacks and your weapon skills don't really do a whole lot of damage. They're all about setting up your air combos or your grab combos and stuff like that. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna activate first my companion skill, smashing the boss into the air, and then we're gonna go ahead and use my blade skill, grab the boss, smash it to the ground, and then finish it off with a couple of my basic attacks. So there we go. Finish off the boss. So a lot of the stages that you're going to be playing through this game are going to be very similar to what I just did as you kind of go down this path. Now there are a couple of different decisions you have to make going through these paths depending on what you want to do. So for example, I went up top because I needed that specific material in order to do it. I can either go down here through the center and take on a more advanced boss, or I can go up top and get certain materials that I can use for my characters themselves. But I think most of the challenging and fun gameplay that you're going to experience in this game is through its Conquest mode. Now the Conquest mode is basically where you're going to get a lot of the materials that you need in order to upgrade the weapons for your specific character. Now when you go into these Conquest modes, it has the recommended power. Mine's clearly high enough right now that I think I'll be able to clear it fairly easily. Now when you're going through these specific Conquest modes, you can use these special items to upgrade all of the stuff that you get. If you want to level up pretty quickly, you're probably going to be wanting to go through the Conquest modes because you get a lot of experience points. You get a lot of the material that you need in order to upgrade your weapons. Let's go ahead. We're going to just start the battle. It does use twice as much stamina, and this game does have a stamina system. That's one of the things I don't really enjoy in it. There is one other thing when it comes to upgrading your heroes themselves and the summoning in this game, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But let's go ahead and take on this boss. Now, this boss is really interesting because his whole mechanic is you have to pay attention to when his eyes glow. Now, when his eyes are getting ready to glow, you activate your companion. There we go. So his eyes glows, companion ability activate, and then I can go ahead and activate my combos on him. If you don't do that, he's too strong and you're not going to be able to deal a lot of damage to him. So you have to pay attention to when his eyes glow. So let's go ahead and dodge a few of these. Okay, we just broke his armor and now he's going to take a lot of damage. Kind of get in there, do some back critical damage. Oh my gosh, I keep messing up my dodge. Okay, his eyes glow, smash the ground, deal damage with him in the air, and then finish him off with the ground slam. So a lot of the bosses that I've encountered in the game so far are pretty difficult when you first encounter them, and then once you kind of get past their power level, once you've kind of upgraded your characters, it's really easy to just kind of go back through and clear them and get the materials that you need. Plus, there's a way that you can get a sweep function. You can either spend premium currency to unlock more sweep functions, or I believe you just have to wait for like your daily resets. But kind of going back and doing a lot of that grind isn't too difficult in the game. Like, there's a lot of challenges to a lot of these bosses. You can even go through like hard and hell modes for them too if you want to do even more challenging versions of them. Now, that's most of the main gameplay you're going to be experiencing in this game. Now, there is one thing that I decided to save. Now, this is kind of talking about collecting your heroes and the summoning in this game. When you summon heroes in this game, you do not collect the hero up front. You get shards for the hero. I am not a big fan of games where you collect shards. And this one, it takes a lot of shards in order to unlock a hero. I don't know what the minimum, I think it's like 20 is the minimum to unlock a hero for some of them. I think some of the other ones are like way higher than that. But you get like one shard. It's ridiculous. Like, it takes a long time. Now, there are other ways to collect shards in this game, which I will get into a little bit later. But those shards that you collect are after you've already summoned those specific champions or companions. Now, that's not the only way that you can collect the companions in this game. I'm not a big fan of the summoning, but it's not the only way to collect companions. You can save up your premium currency and outright buy them, or you can go into the Sanctuary of Pledge and you can defeat the enemy. If you end up defeating them, you'll actually collect them and they'll join your team. So I think we have just enough power to actually take on Lalika here. I haven't tested this out, so I don't know what her overall combos and abilities are, but hopefully we'll be able to beat her in this video. If I don't, it'll be really, really embarrassing, but hopefully we can. Now, a lot of these sanctuaries, a lot of bosses and stuff, you actually need different companions. For example, Nazriel here, she's the first companion you unlock in the game. She actually helps you combo your stun abilities. Gigantic, I think, is the guy that I have currently right now. Yeah, Gigantic, he helps me kind of smash them up into the air. And certain bosses are affected by certain abilities more so than others. So, like, some bosses, you need to make sure you slam the ground and knock them up into the air. Some of the other bosses, you need to make sure that you stun them. So you have to kind of decide how you're going to go into the fight, depending on like what weapons you bring and what companions you bring in order to take down certain bosses. So, okay, slammed her up into the air. It says she summoned a body card, so it looks like she's kind of a summoning character. So it looks like my companion's going to kind of focus on that. I was able to stun her, knock her into the air, smash her to the ground. My companion's doing a decent job of like taking down the guy that she summoned. Break her armor, knock her up into the air. Kick. Air combo. Smash the ground. Activate my companion's ability. I think he was a little bit too far away, or I activated it not at the right time. I think we're going to be able to take her down really, really easily, though. So, kick. Break her armor. Knock her into the air. Air smash. Yeah, we're gonna be able to finish this off really easily. In fact, here comes my companion's ability. I'll be able to knock her up into the air again and finish her off. So there we go. So I don't know how many of the companions in the game you're going to be able to unlock just by playing through the story itself and unlocking the Sanctuary of Pledges for all of them. So far, I've collected 3 in my 3-4 hours so of gameplay. This is my 3rd one right here. Now, you can only take 1 companion with you right now, but once you beat Chapter 5, you're then able to unlock a 2nd companion that joins with you. And I don't know if you can unlock a 3rd one down the line. I think I may have seen some gameplay of that, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So don't quote me on it. Now, there is one other kind of cool thing that I want to show you guys before we get a little bit too far into this video. I'm going to skip all of this. Is when it comes to upgrading your companions, this is where the shard system kind of comes into play. Because you do need shards in order to upgrade the companions, which I think honestly sucks. But there is a way for you to collect shards without having to summon for them. and that's through the Illusion Hall. Now, when you're playing through the Illusion Hall, what you do is you pick one of the 4 stats you want to increase. So if I want to go through the Guardian of the North, I can increase my gigantic character's overall combat stat to his power, but I will also unlock a shard for that character. Now, you have to have keys in order to go through these, and I believe they reset daily, or you can get them through specific missions. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this because I do think these companion missions are a little bit unique because of the way that the camera works. It's basically like a side scroller, but a lot of the gameplay, again, is really similar. You take down, I think, 3 enemies total, making sure that you utilize your companion's abilities to their fullest. Here we go, slam, knock him into the air. Oh no, I'm frozen. Oh, I messed it up. See, this is where I need to use his ability to the fullest. So I need to make sure that I'm dodging her stone attack, and so I'm not frozen, so I can use my combo with my character's companion ability. So take down the first enemy, and there's, oh, so we're already on the boss. So focus on what the boss does. Smash it into the air, smash him to the ground, kick him in the face, and then use my weapon skill. Now, after this, we are going to go ahead and talk about the character themselves. Now, you can pick a male or female character, and there is a little bit of customization, but most of the customization is going to come into the form of like the weapons and the armor that you equip onto them and how you want your characters to play. So there's a whole bunch of different weapons that you can collect in the game. In fact, there's like a huge part of this game is all about actually collecting weapons, defeating bosses, getting information about them, and unlocking more and more rewards. So we're going to go ahead and skip past this, finish this stage off. And now he gets an increase to his overall attack, and I get a gigantic shard, which I can then use to upgrade him. But it takes a lot to upgrade these characters, like an insane amount. So it takes 5 to promote them the first time. You need them to unlock their secret skills. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, you guys. I don't know how difficult it is down the line, but yeah, there's a lot. So there's a huge collection mechanic in this game that as you go through and you collect companions, you upgrade them, you complete certain challenges, you get rewards from that. There is a crafting system in this game that uses timed crafting. Not my favorite thing to do, but you get materials that you get through passive mining, that once you like unlock certain stages, you unlock a mine, and then that mine will passively get you materials, which you can then use to go and create new weapons and stuff like that. I will show you guys the summoning. I'm just going to do one of them. It's not that impactful. It really isn't like the coolest thing. We're just going to do one of the special summons. But you can see you can get shards or souls for the character. And honestly, I probably won't even get one. Like out of all the summoning I've done in this game so far, I've gotten like nothing. Let's see. Are we going to get... So we got a sealed special companion soul. A soul sealed with the power of a special companion, using it to convert it to 1 special companion soul. So I get to pick. Right, and then I got 1 Nazriel soul, just 1. I need like 9 more in order to upgrade her. Now let's go ahead and actually talk about the upgrading system for the different characters, or for your specific character. Now I have a total of 3 different weapons, and as you upgrade them, they go from like +1, +2, +3, all the way up to +9. Once you've gotten past +9, they go up to tier 1. Then you go +1, +2, +3, all the way up to +9 again. Then you push them up to tier 2, and etc., etc. Basically, like most of the weapons I believe in the game that you can do, once you like, you can craft some legendaries and some rare weapons that have like special like cold damage, elemental damage. But most of these weapons you will probably take with you most of the time through your campaign. Like I've been focusing on upgrading my duelist weapon. I think these are super fun. I love the abilities. And you need specific upgrade materials. Now these upgrade materials actually change quite a lot as you're playing through the game, or as you're upgrading them. So for example, I need these durable bandages. So I can go through if I want, I can sweep this once. Got some experience, everything like that. And I can now go through and upgrade it. And now I need a different upgrade material to get it to +7. I need another different upgrade material to get it to +8. So there's a lot of different upgrade materials kind of all over the place. Most of them are going to be found in those boss fights in order to go through and upgrade these specific weapons. Now, once you've upgraded them to certain points, you can actually use these special points that you get right here to upgrade their skills. So if I wanted to do more like damage with my heavy blow, I can go through and level it up. So go ahead and drop some skill level up there. And now my tier 1 demolition is even stronger than before. There you guys go, kind of a brief overview of 100 Soul. This is a game that I've been pretty excited for. I'm glad it came out to global finally. And for a game that's like a year and a half old, almost 2 years old, I definitely think it's still worth playing now that it's in North America and Europe. It's a really fun game. I think they do a well balance with the overall gameplay and the progression. I'm just kind of concerned when it comes to the overall summoning and the progression of your companions with the soul shards and everything like that. I know there are ways to collect them, but it does take kind of a long time to do it that way. So there may be other ways to collect them a little bit faster, a little bit easier with like events and stuff down the line. Who knows? So there you guys go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more videos on 100 Soul, then let me know down below in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Okay, friends, my name's Koolio, and I'll see you next time.